Lord of mercy. Hey, down of his mercy. Down of mercy. Driver. Oh, stop a child. Drop this Arizona around the Albemarle. Driver. Don't even itch. Collect a little food there and come back quick. Driver, just remember the speed limit. Because if you're running the fence, my friend, that is it. I've got an Excel phone and a singular chip. Any problem you can reach me on this. I'm on the buy when I turn on a ship. Green like grass, brown like chocolate. Felix, I do because I make sense friendship. I'm in life savings, I right on this. You can drink a beer, but don't you dare burn a spit. Listen to the marijuana, make your light uplift. Even though it comes. What's up? What's up? Michael Lee, what's up? Hey, quick question for you guys who are here. Is the stream okay? Somebody was saying it was a little glitchy. It was maybe the Wi-Fi or something, but is it streaming okay? Okay, cool. Stream is good. Good. All right, let's get it. I know you guys are busy. Sorry I was late. Just had calls. Surfed a little bit this morning, which was good. Got a hurricane. Looks like going to hit us. It's already hitting the Turks and Caicos right now, which is really unfortunate. I think it's supposed to hit us on Monday, but seas are starting to pick up. So real cool stuff. So hopefully everyone's safe. All right. So let's jump right into this. Looks like the U.S. economy, again, posted sharpest downturn on record. The U.S. economy contracted at a record 32.9% annual rate last quarter, and weekly jobless claims rose to 1.43 million amid signs of slowing recovery. In a board meeting I was in yesterday, I went back to my notes and back to like March 18th, March 20th. I was reading a Goldman Sachs report. Goldman warned that U.S. GDP would shrink to 29%, and we'd have unemployment skyrocketing to 9%. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Unemployment was racing to 20%. I think it topped out about 14.7%. And, now it seems to be lowering. We're at about 11% unemployment, something like that now. Maybe we'll come across the unemployment numbers in a little bit. But, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the downturn. The Commerce Department said U.S. gross domestic product, the value of all goods and services produced across the economy, fell at 32.9% annual rate in the second quarter, or a 9.5% drop compared with the same quarter a year ago. Both figures were the steepest in record, dating to 1947. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Really, really incredible. Yeah. All right, what's up, Hugh? Again, Michael Lee, what's going on? Brian Morris, happy Friday. Let's get it. Kyle Trapp, what's going on? Peter Chow, that glitch may be me. Thanks for commenting on the stream. Let's see, what's up, Francisco Espinoza? Greetings from Spain. That's awesome. You buying some room today? Barbara is on fire. She's buying room, and be safe out there. What's up, Donald McLam? Stonks. Legend Zog. What's up? What's up, Jorge? Cheers. Yep. You guys hope you have a great weekend. That's exactly right. All right, let's see what else we got here. Saw something really interesting on seeds. Yeah, check this out. See if I can find it. Yeah, so this is an interesting article. Mystery seeds spread around the world. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said consumers in at least 22 U.S. states and several other countries had received unsolicited packages of seeds. Canada, the UK, and Australia are all investigating. The U.S. Let's see what's going on here. So the USDA, in a recorded radio broadcast released Wednesday night, revealed the worldwide scope of the seed shipments after thousands of people across the U.S. reported receiving seeds in the mail they didn't order. States from Washington to Virginia have warned residents about the unsolicited packages, and the USDA said earlier this week that it was collecting the packages to test the seeds for anything of concern. I mean, I wonder what's going on. I saw a really slick marketing campaign in the past, and this team built like a postcard, and the postcard was biodegradable, and it actually had wildflowers in the postcard. So when it would end up in a landfill, or say someone would throw it on the side of the road, if that happened, unfortunately, well, it would decompose, and then there were seeds in it. But I think this is a whole different story here. So we have a seed gate going on where someone's mailing a bunch of seeds to people. That could be pretty dangerous, actually. So I don't know if any of you know about the seed gate or have heard about that, but I think that's something that we should follow. Let's see. People are just commenting about Bitcoin, right? $300,000 Bitcoin by 2024. Doesn't sound bad to me. All right, let's see. Ed K048. Hey, Jason, bit out of context. Are you getting your BlockFi interest on BTC, GUSD, ETH, all of it, right? They all have different APY interest rates attached to them. So BTC is like 3.2 over a certain number of BTC. I think it's 5% on anything less than 5 Bitcoin. Don't quote me on that. GUSD is 8.6% APY. ETH is like 4, something like that. But you can get them paid in kind every month. Or you can have them flexed into stable tokens, paid all in Bitcoin. I actually just take all the payments in Bitcoin, which I think is really cool. So then you get the compounding effect of your APY interest earned in BlockFi, and then you get more Bitcoin. So I just feel like that's like a win-win-win, right? Yeah, Anthony, sorry about the changes in times. I think we're going to do this between 10:15 and 10:30 every day, if that's okay with everyone. We'll play it by ear, but that seems to be a better time. Francisco Espinoza, how are my tendies? Yeah, the tendies are good. I love tendies. James Oliveri, what are some of the nicest towns in North Carolina? North Carolina is beautiful. It's a really interesting place. You've got the coast, which you can check out. I love the mountains. I love Asheville. So if you get a chance to visit Asheville, it's like one of the highest concentrations of PhDs in the country, actually. Mountains are beautiful. Blue Ridge Mountains. It's a really cool place if you're into that. Anthony DeGeorge. Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Lumberton are where you want to move. Interesting comments. There's some laughing in the background here. That's pretty cool. Matthew wants to know what I'm listening to. Hey, what do you guys think? Tell him. You're so lovable, kissable, desire the inevitable. Without your sweet caress, I'm so damn miserable. I take a smoke and I nearly choke. Oh God, this girl is serious and she's no joke. She's just dressable, lookable. Yo, check this out. Did you guys hear about the Apple Apple stock split. We were talking about that this morning while we were surfing. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if you guys are stock owners, but let's try to figure this out. So, what the Apple stock split means: the split is scheduled to take place at the close of business on August 24th. That's pretty interesting. Apple's up this morning 5.68%. By the way, they said Thursday that it will enact a 4-for-1 stock split, giving investors 3 more shares for every 1 share they own. That's pretty amazing. Once nearly a given for most firms when their shares topped $100 or so, stock splits by companies in the S&P 500 faded from prominence. After the dot-com bust in 2000, they are even more rare among companies in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Apple is a component of both. One big investor applauded the move and predicted Apple shares will extend their 31% rally so far this year. The split helps set the stage for a strong calendar year finish for Apple, said Daniel Morgan, senior portfolio manager at Synovus Trust Company. I'm a big Apple fan. I don't own the stock, but if I was in the stocks, I'd own Apple, I'd own Tesla. I just think these companies they kind of lead our lives. You have so much. There's so much of what we do that's connected to them. I don't own a Tesla, but maybe someday I'll be successful enough to have one. All right, Bowie's Creek Waffle House. I got you. Here, hold on a second.
Have mercy, what's this? Group is sound boy. There's no need to worry. As long as I got my knife, I keep it by my side for you. So you don't have to worry at all. I shine my Glock every night until I'm satisfied. And there's no more thoughts of the joy it brings. I want to follow you up with lead. Shoot to kill every day. Shoot to kill, sound boy. Run without the limit. Shoot to kill every day. Shoot to kill, sound boy. Run without the limit. Me don't call them up, shot them up, lick up them up. Now them know I a long time every day. They think I pull it back and step down the block. Let them know bad boy don't take that we done. Shot them up, I'm thinking like that. Now tell no lie, no guys who have love. Feed him play, I'm a make them know we just a good guy's fine. Bad boy and them on the front line. Now we gone down.
All right, so you got some Mad Lion playing right now. Brahm, he says they did a 7-for-1 stock split in 2014. I'm not aware of that. That may be true. Andre P. BlockFi interest. Why did you choose GUSD and not USDC or PAX? I had done the most research. On GUSD. I liked the transparency and the third-party audit that Gemini was doing on GUSD. I just understood it the most. And then I was attracted to the 8.6% APY when they offered it. So I just went with it. But yeah, you can see the monthly audit of GUSD. I think Gemini publishes it on their website. Jorge, Jason is the wolf of Crypto Street. Yep, you got that right. I don't know Crypto Revan. I don't know what that is. What is Crypto Revan? Crypto REVAN. It is a 4-for-1 split. Oh, you're maybe commenting to Crypto Revan. Okay, got it. I'm a little slow. Yeah, Crypto Revan. Apple stock 4-for-1 split. Yeah, it's going to look cheap to people. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Carl, Run the Jewels. Yeah, the song Just. Let's see that. I don't know Run the Jewels Just. Let's see what you're talking about here.
Make them know PDP don't take that. See the boy walk up, flexing on his own. Make them know PDP.
I don't think I have it. Let me search it. The song is called Just. Is it featuring Pharrell Williams? Let's see it. Let's see what you got here.
Cause you took yourself from squalor. Mastered academics cause your grades say you a scholar. Mastered Instagram cause you can instigate a follow. Yeah. Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar. Get it? Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar. Get it? Look at all these slave masters.
Yeah, I heard this song before. I know it. I know it. Get Mark Yusko on here? Nah, he's too big for going parabolic. GUSD is easier to buy and transfer to BlockFi. Plus, Gemini is a custodian of BlockFi assets. You got that right. That's one of the layers that people fail to understand around BlockFi's mechanism, that your Bitcoin is being custodied in Gemini's custody solution, and they have insurance, and BlockFi has insurance, and most of the assets are in grayscale, or they're being rehypothecated in a very sophisticated strategy. They're not being loaned to some guy shorting it for the most part. Let's see. That's great song. Very, very cool. No, thanks for the suggestion. All right. There's these lawsuits coming down for COVID. I was really interested in this simply because, I run companies with lots of employees, and, I was worried about masks, not masks, when you go back to work. What if someone has COVID? You're sending your kids back to school. What's the story there? What if a kid gets COVID? Where's your liability begin and end? So it's in the business section of the Wall Street Journal. There's an article written about families filing the first wave of COVID-19 lawsuits against companies over worker deaths. Employers across the country are being sued by the families of workers who contend their loved ones contracted lethal cases of COVID-19 on the job, a new legal front that shows the risks of reopening workplaces. Look, I'm not a huge fan of lawyers. Any of you that are lawyers on here, I'm not trying to take a shot at you. It's just to me, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just not a fan of lawyers for the most part. This is some ambulance chasing stuff right here. Obviously, nobody really understands COVID deeply. People are trying to get back to work. People are trying to run their companies. People are trying to open their restaurants. Nobody wants someone to get COVID. I certainly have tremendous compassion for those affected by COVID, for families who've lost someone due to COVID. It's heartbreaking to me. But I certainly start to question everyone suing everyone about contracting COVID or the like. Looks like Walmart, Safeway, Tyson Foods, some healthcare facilities have been sued for negligence or wrongful death since the coronavirus pandemic began unfolding in March. Employees' loved ones contend the companies failed to protect workers from the deadly virus and should compensate their family members as a result. Workers who survived the virus also are suing to have medical bills, future earnings, and other damages paid out. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I'm not really, I told you how I feel about attorneys, but I'm not really picking a side here. I just want to learn. It seems like you shouldn't go back to work if you don't feel like you don't feel safe. So let's see. I think companies should be sued if they don't have certain policies that protect. I get where you're going. Look, I've seen some things like in Texas where like the restaurant owners were like, if you wear a mask, you can't work here anymore, because they were taking like a no mask strategy, or they felt like COVID had been highly politicized. That seems, I don't know, that seems like not right to me, but I don't know. Christopher William, morning mate, just wondering, why do you trust other party as custodian for your Bitcoin and not holding your own bank? Bank financial audited report also published publicly. I do own and hold my own crypto. Look, when you set up a modern portfolio, when you construct a portfolio, an investment portfolio, you have real estate, stocks, bonds, currencies, commodities. You have all of that going. You should have a comprehensive strategy. There's a certain amount of money in the bed or in the Nike shoot box. Then you have some stranded assets that you want to try to get some passive interest earned on it. That's better than sitting in a bank. You have to have a certain amount of cash. I like to use or put my cash in a digital stable token. It just seems to be more efficient for me. And so I don't go all in on anything. Like I said to you, I probably have 12% of my net worth in crypto. I have 100%, nearly 100% of my liquid cash in stable tokens, specifically GUSD. And I've moved away from the stock market. So again, I'm just sharing with you, I have no real exposure to the stock market. I have a lot of venture. So I'm hugely invested in illiquid venture that I rotate out of, if it works, every 5 to 7 years. These companies get bought. These companies get sold. These companies get acquired. These companies go out of business. These companies go IPO. All that stuff, right? So, like, for example, I bought Lyft before ABC put $1 billion in it. So I was in at like a $7 billion valuation, late stage pre-IPO stuff. Like, those are the kind of, now I was locked up, but those are the kind of investments I like to do. Like, I have SpaceX, I have Reddit, I have Airbnb, and I'm watching to see, like, is Airbnb going to do a SPAC? I think that's really interesting. I own Airbnb. Let's see. Let's go. Let's make money. I don't, those, I guess, are stocks, but it's just different to me. It's different. So, let's see what else we got here. Sure, but many employers don't allow them, don't take sick days and keep their job. Again, I want employers, employers need to do the right thing for their teams and employees and keep them safe. That's my position. And people should take care of their own health as well. Yeah. Look, I agree. Like, people's diets suck. Yes, we can definitely talk about that a little bit at some point. Okay, this is interesting. So BR said, not being American, I find it quite strange that so many of you guys seem to be against masks. I think masks are just highly politicized right now. We're not against masks. I just think that from our leadership down, there's some weird stuff going on in regards to just messaging, science, like what's really going on, vaccinations, all this stuff. People need to have discussions about, but I find it strange too. I wear a mask. I do it more to protect others. God forbid I had COVID and didn't know it. I'd hate to give somebody COVID. How do you get in a pre-IPO? You have to buy shares in the secondary market. So you have to be an accredited investor, I believe. If you're an accredited investor, you can go and try to pick up, stocks before they go IPO, and it's a nice strategy. It's a nice strategy. Hold on a second.
This is dialogue, so my dialogue's ghastly. Operating a mass capacity.
Yeah, Jan Morgan. it makes sense to keep some cash in stable coins because you make more percent on stable coins than at the bank in a money market or CD. Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, what else we got here? And I was going to finish with a little bit of sports. So we have NBA's new test is reffing virtual fans. If the NBA's virtual fans don't behave, there's an eject button. Restarted basketball season will feature home crowds attending games via big screens. Taunting players and refs is fair game. When the National Basketball Association restarts its season Thursday evening, 320 fans will join the action through something akin to a very big video conferencing call. Keeping them on their best behavior will be an experiment conducted on live television. Fans of the designated home team will gather in virtual stands visible on the giant screen surrounding the court. They will face ground rules similar to the ones in a regular arena. Booing opposing players or taunting referees is fair game, the NBA says. Yeah, this can be absolutely wild. I'm not a big NBA fan. I like college sports more than I like NBA basketball. I like college basketball more than NBA basketball, but I definitely am going to check that out because I want to see all the crazy stuff fans are going to do live on TV. I just think it'd be insane. All right, look, you guys have a great day. We'll be back next week. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Hurricane. Be careful. Get water. Get that generator going. Gas up your cars. Let's go.